Jerusalem. Well, let's return to the situation in Ukraine. We can speak to Petro Burkovsky, who is Executive Director of the Ukrainian think tank, the Democratic Initiatives Foundation. Petro, thank you for talking to us. We were just talking to Oksana, our colleague, who's in the far west of Ukraine. You're in the east. Just tell us the situation where you are.
I cannot tell very much because since I'm on active military service, so I cannot disclose my situation, but it's pretty close, pretty close to the front line. So every day, every night, we hear sirens. The Russians actively bombarding this area, and so we are trying to stop their offensive operation.
Yes, we appreciate you can't say a great deal about the specifics, Petro, and just that sense at the moment in Ukraine, really nowhere at all feels safe.
Yes, indeed, that's true. And therefore, this was very important that the United States, the government, the president decided finally to advance with the delivery of their weapons after the break. And that really helps to stand to the enemy, and that really helps people to endure the unmeasurable burden of the war.
And when you hear the now quite consistent message from Donald Trump that he really sounds like he has finally lost patience with President Putin, how much of an encouragement is that where you are very near the front line and across the whole country?
Well, you see, here we do understand that actually nobody cares about us, neither the United States nor Europe. We understand that that's done because of their interest to avoid the war and avoid confrontation, and possibly to weaken Putin to make Putin as weak as possible, because that means he cannot attack Europe and he cannot engage with the United States. So we understand that that's just a business deal, but still it helps us to survive.
And with that, with the Patriot missiles coming your way at last, that real boost to Ukraine militarily, what do you make of this 50-day limit that Donald Trump has said Vladimir Putin has to get some kind of ceasefire in place? Do you have any faith in that?
Actually not, because it could be two ways. First, it's either pause for the Putin to continue its offense, and then it's up to Trump to decide whether he will impose new sanctions and whether he will provide new types of weapons to Ukraine. But again, it also possibly it also could be the beginning of the hybrid war against Russia. It means that Ukraine will be allowed to strike deep and to destroy the oil facilities of Russia and to stop oil flow to the external markets, and in the essence it will end the source of the money which comes to Russian coffers and to finance the war. Without these decisions, I think we will face very hard times.
Petro Burkovsky, thank you very much, Petro, Executive Director of the Ukrainian think tank, the Democratic Initiatives Foundation, and talking to us whilst on active military service in eastern Ukraine.